Binance just deployed nearly $1 billion to keep the crypto industry afloat, and they partnered with some of the biggest brands in crypto to make this possible. Now, what we've seen over the past couple of weeks is that everyone is tired of this bear market and no one wants to see another FTX or Terra Luna or Voyager or Celsius crash for a very, very long time. And so what these big names are doing is they're coming together and they're saying we are going to have this large amount of reserves to help keep the crypto industry and a lot of these core projects afloat so that we don't have to deal with something like that for a very, very long time. And so some of the names involved in this are clearly Binance, but we also have Jump Crypto, Polygon Ventures, Animoca Brands, and a whole lot more. So when we're talking about the amount of money here, the first questions on everyone's mind is, do they really have the money that they say that they have, or are they just pulling like an FTX or a Terra Luna where they say that they have all this money and they don't really have the reserves at the end of the day? And so what CNBC has been able to do is they've actually gone ahead and checked some of these wallets and showed that there is a balance of around $1 billion in Binance's own BUSD stablecoin. And so they want to do this as transparently as possible. And that was actually, I believe, a quote from CZ saying that if we do this, we want to make sure that it is transparent. We don't want to have one of these situations where we say we're going to deploy $1 billion or even $2 billion and then not have that money at the end of the day. So I am all for this. I hope everyone else is as excited about this as I am, because if they are doing this in a transparent manner where the money is clearly there and they're using it for that purpose, then that's a good thing for the crypto industry. And so what you have is you have millions and tens of millions of more dollars coming in from these other partners that are saying, hey, this is a great idea. We're doing good, but we understand that not everyone is. And so you have other companies, other brands that are pouring in tens and tens of millions of dollars. And what CZ has said is, hey, if $1 billion is not enough, we may look around this, increasing this up to $2 billion if the need arises, which would be insane. Now, when we're talking about $2 billion, that is more than a lot of our favorite projects are worth in their entire market cap. So what this could do is this could truly help, if not save, a number of projects that are important and helpful in crypto. And I'm interested to start seeing where these funds could go to. Now, with that being said, people are already lining up and saying, does this mean that they're going to go and have interest in things like Voyager or FTX or Celsius or any of these other platforms? And time will have to tell. There is a big argument here of should they even go after the projects that are already gone and try to save them and revive them rather, or should they help the ones that are already struggling? So do you help the person that is drowned at the bottom of the pool, or do you help the person that is actively drowning? That's kind of the argument that everyone's making here. And I think a lot of people think that, hey, the companies that have already died out this year and they've already declared bankruptcy, it's too much. We got to let them go. We got to cut our losses there. But what we can do with these funds is help the companies and the projects that are struggling but not underwater yet. And ultimately, this is up to everyone. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on this. But let me know, do you think that they should focus these funds on helping the projects that are still afloat but need the money? Or should they use the money to help revive dead projects? And it's a hard conversation because obviously, we feel for everyone that lost money, but we also want to prevent future losses. And so it's a double-edged sword here. There really is no winning because of the damage that has been done, but there certainly is a large amount of repair and prevention that can happen from all of these funds. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Another big process here, another big talking point is moving money to private wallets, whether this is a hard wallet or a soft wallet. The amount of money that I'm sure that I've seen go from exchanges to wallets is pretty big, because everyone was getting scared of what exchange is going to go under next, what platform is going to be lost next. And everyone was trying to get their money out of exchanges and into wallets. And there's a popular saying that goes, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. And that could not be any more true, because if you do not own your private key, you don't own your seed phrase, all of that, then it's not really your crypto at the end of the day. And if the exchange owns the rights to that, then they technically own all your crypto. They could close it off tomorrow and you'd never have access to it again, and there'd be nothing that you could do about it. And so that's the sad truth of a lot of these centralized exchanges. I think a lot of them are great ways to enter into crypto, but when we're talking about storing lots of money in crypto, it's probably one of the riskiest things that someone can do. So if you have not looked into wallets, definitely take a look, whether it's a soft wallet, a hard wallet. Educate yourself on this process. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not giving you financial advice, but it's one of the safest things that you can do with your crypto if you do it the correct way. Now, when we're looking at what's happening over here on Bitcoin in the kind of immediate future and what's happening over this holiday, there's not too much happening. We're really just consolidating back and forth. There is this potential that Bitcoin could be forming a descending triangle here, and that's something that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. And the only reason that I say that is because we see a falling level of resistance with a flat level of support. And with this flat level of support inside of this descending triangle that we have right now, one of the things that I already see people calling out for is, hey, is this a double bottom right here? Because we came down to $15,500, bounced once really well, we came back down to this area a second time, and then we bounced again. So let me just say, I think the argument for a double bottom is there. It's definitely too early to say this is a clear sign of a double bottom, because we've only had like 3 or 4 candles since that double bottom has happened, like quote unquote. And this descending triangle, while it is small, it's still very much in a play because we still have falling resistance, flat support, and that's not typically a bullish thing to see. So as we progress into the final days of November, even into the final month of this year, a big thing to watch out for is Bitcoin going to continue to see falling levels of resistance with flat levels of support? If that is the case, it could be a bearish thing potentially. Another thing to note is that Bitcoin is below all of its moving averages again, so those are likely going to be resistance. And the trend of using the bottom of the previous consolidation range as a support, most recently we saw that the bottom of the Terra Luna crash ended up being the top of our next consolidation range, and the bottom of the consolidation range that we literally just broke down out of is already being used as a resistance level over in here. So there's a couple of things to note as we are going into the final month of this year, and these are all very important areas to watch out for. So right now, Bitcoin's current range is around 18,000 up to or down to around 15,500. So there's about a $3,500 range where Bitcoin is just bouncing up and down in between. Very similarly, we did something like that in this consolidation range, where we went from just one area to the other, back and forth until we broke down. So that's the range that I'm looking over. The good news, maybe it's not good news, but it's kind of depending on which stance you're taking here. The fact that this is such a small consolidation range is arguably good news. So we have a lot of stuff that could be happening here. I bet you it will be a wild end to this year, and I hope all of you are excited as I am as well. Now, if you did like this video and you want to see more content like this one, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, smack that like button, and we make videos just like this one every single week, multiple times a week. So if you want more, definitely consider subscribing, but until next time, I'll see all of you in next week's video.